Welcome back! Oh, there you are. Welcome back to another episode of English Cooking, where I teach you English through cooking. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing marvelous. Marvelous means awesome. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make a very special pizza that's called Mark's Marvelous Plum Pizza. Smash that like button if you want to learn how to make Mark's Marvelous Plum Pizza. Now, look at the title. Plum. Why does plum have a B? We're going to talk about that. Guys. So, you know what? The first thing you need to do is to preheat your oven. Now, I'm already doing that. I'm going to preheat it to its maximum temperature, which on my oven is 500 Fahrenheit. Here in Canada and the US, people don't measure oven temperature in Celsius. They use Fahrenheit. So guys, let's start grating our cheese while we wait for the oven to finish preheating. Okay, so get yourself a slab of cheese, right? Get yourself a brick of cheese. So you could call this a brick of cheese or a slab of cheese, okay? The word slab just kind of means a chunk of something. We're also going to use a slab of ham in this recipe, okay? So look at this, okay? Here we've got a slab of ham. You can see it's a pretty thick. Can you see how thick it is there, guys? I mean, it's a pretty thick slab. You could call it a slice of ham. But the word slab is a nice word to use. If something is kind of long and kind of not thin, it's kind of thick, like like if you, let me ask you a question. In your kitchen, what is your countertop made out of? What's it made of? Mine is just, this is a cheap material called vinyl wrap. This right here is a vinyl wrap countertop. Okay, so it's just the cheapest kind, all right? But if you buy a nicer apartment, kind of a high-end apartment, it's not going to have a vinyl wrap countertop. It's going to have a slab of, it's going to be made out of a slab of marble, maybe, or granite, or stone, or quartz. Quartz, that's a common one here in Canada, or granite. Yeah, so let me know, what is your countertop made out of? So if you do have a countertop like that, that is a solid slab, right? I mean it's all one piece. It's a slab of some kind of rock, some kind of a hard substance, not wood. Like so this countertop is wood wrapped with like a substance they call vinyl. So this is a vinyl wrapped piece of wood, really, is what it is. You can hear it, right? Hope it doesn't bother my microphone. So, yeah. So the word slab is a great word to use for something like this, kind of a thick chunk of something. Like, imagine if you have a slice of pepperoni or salami or some kind of, very thin piece, then slab is not the right word. Okay, for you to use the word slab, it has to be kind of thick. That's why I said, hey, look at this slab of cheese. But maybe a better word for cheese would be brick. So this might be like a better, I don't know, you could call this a brick of cheese or a slab of cheese. But for this, the best word is a slab. So look at this slab of ham. So we're going, this pizza, guys, is going to be incredible. So enough talking. Let me get grating. So this is called, the verb is to grate. Not the other kind of grate. Not you're great, although you are great. That's spelled differently. So this, like this thing is called a grater. A grater. It's, it's spelled with a T, but when we say, very often when we say words with T, it's pronounced more like D. So we say grater. We don't say grater. Grater. Yeah, so we're grating, right now we're grating cheese. Okay? This is what it means to grate. We are, we could say, it's great to grate cheese. It's great to grate cheese. Guys, you are great. You are great. So there are two kinds of grate that are spelled differently, but pronounced exactly the same. So guys, we're just going to grate our cheese here as the first step in our pizza making. Mark's Marvelous. Ooh, did you hear that? My oven is finished preheating, 500 degrees. Now guys, I bought a pizza stone a few weeks ago. Do you know what a pizza stone is? It's a slab of rock. It's stone. It's some kind of stone that you put in your oven and you bake or cook, whatever word you want to use. You cook the pizza on that stone. You don't need a pizza stone. You could use a pan. But for some reason, I felt like buying a pizza stone, guys. So that's called a pizza stone. So we're going to cook our pizza on a pizza stone. Now, guys, let's talk about the name, Plumb. Why am I going to use the word plum in this recipe? Well, there's a fruit about this big. It's purple. Do you know what it's called? It's a sour fruit. It's kind of tart. Okay, another word for a bit sour is tart. So this fruit that I'm thinking of, it's purple and it's a bit tart. Okay. What is it? Can you guess? It's called a plum. Okay, that kind of a fruit is a plum. Do you like plums? I like plums, guys. Now, in this recipe, in the title of my recipe, I didn't use the word plum. I used the word plum with a B at the end. It's a silent B. You don't say silent letters. They're silent. You don't say plumb. No, it's plum. But it has a different meaning. It's not talking about the fruit. It's a totally different word. Okay, so we are going to use plum sauce on this pizza. Okay, this is called plum. This is without the B. This is the fruit. This sauce is called plum sauce because it's made out of plums. At least it should be. Yeah, it is made out of plums, guys. But what about the word with B? Well, guys, plum is a verb. Okay, if it has a B, then it's a verb, even though the B is silent. To plumb means to measure something or to test something. Okay, so you might, let's imagine you want to measure how deep a lake is. Okay, so you're going to measure the depth of the lake. So you could say, I plumbed the depth of the lake, and it was 10 meters, right? The lake is 10 meters deep. Okay, I plumbed the depth. Okay, that means you're kind of testing the depth. You're measuring the depth of the lake. Plumb. Did you know that? Plumb. Now, the verb plumb also means to put pipes in a building. Like, that's why it's called a plumber. You know, if you have a problem with your toilet or with some sort of with your kitchen sink or something, you need to call a plumber, and the plumber will come and fix your drains or fix your pipes, right? So when we use the word plumb, we're talking about pipes for water pipes, or like sewage pipes. Okay, so if you're a plumber, you could say, I'm going to that building, or you could say, I'm working in that building over there. I'm plumbing it. I'm plumbing that building. Or I need to plumb that house. So, you go to the house, right? Your job is to build the plumbing system in the house. So you put all the pipes there for the water and I don't know. I'm not a plumber, guys. Are you a plumber? So that's also what plumb means. So it's a verb in both situations, to measure the depth of something and to put pipes in, like, for a building, right? So guys, that's what plumb means with a B. Did you know that? So the reason I named this recipe plum with a B, not without a B, with like the fruit, right? The fruit is without the letter B at the end. The reason I used B is because we are going to plumb the depths of flavor in this recipe. I'm interested in plumbing the depths of flavor. Okay, so if we use the word plumb, to plumb the depths means you just go as deep as you can to find out something. So, it could be about, when we're talking about flavor, or if we're talking about some sort of a concept. Like, imagine if you know a lot about some topic, and I don't know much about that. What do you know about? Let me know down in the comments. What is a topic that you know a lot about? It might be, maybe it's a country. Maybe you know a lot about your country. Which country are you from? Let's say you're from Madagascar, okay? I don't know much about Madagascar. I want to learn. So I'm talking to you, and I'm plumbing the depths of your knowledge on Madagascar, okay? I'm plumbing the depths of your knowledge or your experience, I'm asking a lot of questions. Tell me about Madagascar. What kind of people live there? What kind of animals live there? What kind of political system does it have? I'm asking you a lot of questions. I'm plumbing the depths of your knowledge. Well, in this recipe, we are going to plumb the depths of flavor, guys. We're going to plumb the depths of plum pizza. Plum sauce on our pizza, guys. So that's why I use the word plum with a B, because we are going to plumb the depths of the intense flavor of ham and cheese, and also we're going to put some pineapple on our pizza, guys. So we're almost finished grating the cheese. Do you love cheese, guys? I love cheese. Pizza is one of my favorite foods ever. It's just such a good You know, I think one of the reasons pizza is so good is because you can just grab a piece with your hand and you just start eating it. You know, you don't need to use a fork and a knife. You don't need to use a spoon like soup. You can just kind of just grab it and start eating it. I think that's one of the reasons why people like pizza so much. I love pizza for that reason too, guys. Sometimes it's nice to just grab your food with your hands. Although some people do eat pizza with a fork and a knife. Let me know, do you eat pizza with a fork and a knife? I just use my hands, guys. All right, guys, so we just grated our cheese. Wow, look at that cheese there, guys. Beauty. Okay, so next, what are we gonna do, guys? Let's start. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. What do you want to do, guys? Let's spread out our dough. So I have some flour in this container, some rice flour. Okay, so we're gonna just put down some. We're gonna sprinkle. Just gonna sprinkle a bit of rice flour on here. Sprinkle is a verb. That just means to put some, sprinkle something down there. It just means to put a bit of stuff down there. We're gonna sprinkle our flour down there. Now we're gonna grab our dough. Whoops, a bit sticky already, guys. So we're gonna grab our dough, and we're just gonna just spread it out in the form of a pizza. That's what we're making, guys. We're not making hamburgers in this video. We're making pizza. It's a very sticky piece of dough. Wow. So I'm gonna spread out our pizza dough like this, guys. Now, for this recipe, right, I want the pizza, like we're gonna take this ham, right? Here's our slab of ham. Let's take it out of the. Now, guys, I just mentioned, if you live in Canada, I'm not sure about other countries, you can find ham like this in any grocery store. It's probably going to be with all the meats kind of in that section with pepperoni, salami, all that kind of meats. So, how much was this ham? This was $6.39. Okay, so $6.39. Now, guys, this says it's fully cooked. It's fully cooked. So if you buy something like this, just make sure you check. But most people barbecue. Like the reason they sell this is because most people buy something like this and they might put it on their barbecue and just kind of warm it up. But it's already cooked. If it says fully cooked, that means it's cooked. Okay. So guys, we're gonna take it out of its package here. Where did it go? I thought I already made a hole in here, guys. So we're just gonna go like this and grab our slab of ham, and we're gonna throw that in the garbage. Okay, now so here's our slab of ham. Now we want the pizza dough to be big enough to fit this slab of ham, right? So yeah, you can grab your pizza, kind of stretch it out. We're just gonna stretch out our pizza dough to be kind of about as big as the ham. Oh, guys, and we are going to. There we go. Awesome. Look at that, guys. This is man. Are you jealous? I am so looking forward to this. This is gonna be incredible. There we go. Man, that's a sticky piece of dough. Okay, so now we're gonna add our plum sauce. Now let's see. Did I take forgot to open this up, guys. It's a new bottle of plum sauce. Come on. Get open, you stupid. I've got to pull off this tab. You can call this tab. See? This tab is like it seals it, right? There we go. So I pulled off the tab that sealed it. Oh, that smells good. All right. So make sure our dough or pizza crust is not going to stick to the counter. Okay, now we're going to add some plum sauce, guys. That's about good. Oh, yes. Whoops. Maybe I added a bit too much plum sauce, guys. Now we're gonna put our slab of ham. Now you're gonna notice there's a bone. Look at that bone right there in the middle. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut out the bone. Right, so I'm just gonna we're gonna cut that bone out, and we're gonna. All right, so there we go. Oh, I got the bone out, guys. Now look in the middle of the bone. Look at that. There's a chunk of marrow. Look at that piece of marrow. That stuff in the middle of the bone is called marrow. So marrow's good. I love marrow, guys. Marrow's healthy. But look at that. Now we've got a hole. Now we've got a hole right in the ham. And we're gonna just put the whole ham on there. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put in the hole, we're going to put some applesauce. Just fill the hole with some applesauce, guys. Because you know, let me just wash my hands. So very often, ham is paired with applesauce. You know that apples, I don't know why, but apple. Yeah, I can't open this. I got it, guys. So there we go. So now we're gonna just put some applesauce in the hole. All right, guys, because apples go well with ham. Now we're just gonna grab our cheese and just sprinkle some cheese on there, guys, and then we're going to. Oh man, this is gonna be incredible. Now we're gonna get our pizza peel. Look at that, guys. I got a pizza peel. Oh, I forgot our crushed pineapples, guys. Look at that. Here, you can add some crushed pineapples. Guys, I'm just gonna drain the liquid out of the can. Come on. God, there we go. Oh, you know what? There's not a lot of liquid in here, guys. There's not too much liquid in there, actually. So what we can do is we're just gonna spoon some crushed pineapple over the cheese here. Oh man, guys, this is gonna be marvelous. Marvelous. You can use the word marvelous for food or for weather. If the weather is marvelous, it means it's great. So, guys, we're gonna grab our pizza peel. Now, the word peel is usually a verb, right? If you eat a banana, you need to peel the banana before you eat it. Well, this is a noun. It's called a peel. I don't know. Don't ask me why. Now we're gonna go really quickly like that, and then we're gonna put it into our oven, guys. Look at this. Oh, wow. I can't wait. This is gonna be great. I made a mess, guys. I need some paper towel to clean up my mess. This is called paper towel. So, guys, have you ever had a marvelous pizza before? So this is going to be marvelous. I think it's going to be great. You know, ham, applesauce, plum sauce. Remember the plum sauce? That doesn't have a B. No B in plum. But we are going to plumb the depths of flavor. So, guys, what should we do while we're waiting for the pizza to cook. You know, let me know how you're doing these days, guys. These days, a lot of people are depressed, very stressed out. Things are hard. Let me know how you're doing. I care about you. Hope you're doing great, guys. I love you very much. You know, just keep going, you know. Stick it out. If you go through, if a lot of us are having a hard time in life, maybe depressed, stressed out about different things, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe just kind of a feeling of, maybe it's just a phase that you're going through, right? Because in life, we go through phases. The word phase means a period of time where maybe you're experiencing something, or maybe you're doing a certain thing in that phase of time. For example, you could say, right now I'm going through a pizza phase. Okay, that means these days you're eating a lot of pizza. Okay, but it might not last your whole life. Maybe it's just a phase. Maybe it's a few months, or a few weeks, or maybe a few years. But a few years, that would be a long phase. You know, or maybe maybe you are going through a high heels phase. Okay, many women love to wear high heels, but not for their whole life. You know, maybe you know, when they're in their 20s, maybe they go through a high heels phase, and then maybe they grow out of that phase. Okay, so if you grow out of a phase, that means you stop doing it. Maybe you've kind of become more mature. So if you say, in high school, I went through an awkward phase. That means in high school, your personality was kind of awkward. Maybe your clothing, maybe your style was awkward. You went through an awkward phase, but maybe you grew out of that, right? You kind of moved on, or you got more mature, or, you know, something like that. So, you know, we can grow out of any phase. I mean, you know, maybe you were in a coffee phase where you loved coffee and you drank coffee all the time. But then, you know, maybe you moved on from that phase. Okay, so you kind of almost, you know, graduated from that. We don't use the word graduated with phase. You know, we usually say we grew out of. You say, I grew out of that phase. Or if we're going to use the present perfect tense, you could say, I've grown out of that phase. Or I've moved on from that phase, okay? So you could be in any kind of phase. Let me know, what phase are you in right now? Or what phase have you been? You know, what phases have you been in your life? Give me an example. I mean, all of us go through different phases. You know, maybe you go through maybe you're in a keto phase. Okay, keto is a kind of diet where you don't eat carbs. Okay, so, you know, you could say I'm in a keto phase right now, or I'm in a I don't know, a vegetarian phase, or I'm in a, yeah, it could be any phase, any kind of phase, guys. Let me just check on my pizza, guys. Ooh, wow. Oh, that looks great. I think maybe give it another couple minutes, and it's gonna be, well, that is gonna be amazing. We are going to plumb the depths of flavor today, my friends. Guys, thank you very much for all your nice comments. Thank you guys for always smashing that like button. You know, I try to teach you new words that you won't find anywhere else on any other platform, any other channel, any other, you know, I've made so many videos now. I think I've made, I don't know, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 videos. It might be getting closer to 2,000 now. I'm not sure. But a lot of my videos are really like they're the kind of vocabulary that you probably will not find anywhere else. Like, for example, the word pizza peel. Peel, that's not very common word. Or like the word plumb the depths. Okay, so yeah, let me know, how many new words have you learned here at Mad English TV? I hope you've learned, at least a few, 5 or 10. But if you've watched all my videos, then maybe more like 1,000. I hope it's closer to 1,000, guys. So, guys, what else can I teach you while we're waiting for the pizza to cook? So this is called, you could call this cheese shredded cheese, okay, or grated cheese. So it could have 2 words, shredded. Shred means, like this, you can't call this a shredder, okay? This thing is called a grater, or more specifically, a cheese grater. So that's why, this is called grated cheese, but you could also call it shredded cheese because it's shredded, okay? So shredded cheese. What would you call this kind of container? Would you call it a jar? You could call it a jar. It's a plastic. This is a plastic jar. But most people, like, usually we use the word jar for glass, not for plastic. I don't know. But, a jar could be plastic. But most jars, like if you buy, let's say, a jar of pickles, it's most likely going to be a glass jar, right? But this type of thing, there's a word that you could use for this, and that's the word tub. Okay, so you could say this is a tub of applesauce, maybe. It's kind of a big, plastic container. You could call it a tub, or you could just use the word container, or you could use the word jar, or you could use the word thing. You could say it's a thing of applesauce, or I don't know, guys. I don't even know what I would probably use the word tub. Here on the side it says plastic jar. So yeah, you could call it a jar, and then the lid. Where did I put the lid? Oh, there it is. This is called the lid, right? So guys, trying to teach you as much as I can here while we're waiting for our pizza. You know what, guys? I think it's almost done. Let me know, do you like pizza that is kind of well done? Or that's a little bit like, especially the crust, okay? When we're talking about the crust of the pizza, do you like kind of a crunchy crust or a soft crust? I think I prefer a softer crust. I don't like it when it's like too hard. If the crust is just so hard that you just can't even eat it, guys. I don't like that. So well, guys, you know what? I'm getting flour all over my body. So we're gonna get a cutting board here. Get our cutting board ready. Get our pizza cutter. Look at this, guys. I got a fancy pizza cutter. I don't know what it's called. I would call this a pizza cutter. It might have a special name. Rocker. It might be called a rocker, because a rocker, like it kind of goes like this in this motion, right? That motion is called rocking. Like if you buy a rocking chair, these days, most people don't have rocking chairs, but back in the olden days, a lot of elderly people had rocking chairs, right? That's where you sit in your chair and you rock back and forth. So you could maybe call this a pizza rocker. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here, guys. if you're not sure, but you're talking, you can say, I'm just thinking out loud. Thinking out loud. So yeah, we could call this a pizza rocker. Maybe I just made that up, guys. So let's get our pizza peel ready. Whoops. Some sauce on there, guys. Let me just wipe off our Plumb sauce so that our pizza doesn't stick. I hope I can get it out of the oven, guys. It's well, let's see. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for the grand reveal? Here we go, guys. So, oh, wow, look at that. There it is, guys. Our Mark's Marvelous Plum with a B pizza. So, guys, are you ready to plumb the depths of intense flavor? I hope you are. So, guys, oh, that's hot. Man, that's hot, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna eat that. So I don't want to just keep this video going that long because it's already. How far are we already? Oh, my audio died, guys. Sorry about that. My microphone died. Hope you can still hear me with my camera microphone. It's just my cell phone, guys. So, are we ready to do our cut? Oh, yes. How many pieces should we use? How many pieces should we cut it into, guys? Do you like big pieces of pizza or small pieces? I love all kinds. I love all sizes of pizza, guys. Wow, look at that. That is amazing, guys. So let's see if is it going to be too hot. Oh, that's pretty hot. You know what, guys? I'm going to use a fork. I hope you don't mind if I, get the help of a. Whoops. Guys, maybe it's not a good idea to use a fork. Yeah, let me get a better piece, a big piece. Okay, so, man, my pizza rocker didn't cut it all the way through. Okay, here we go. This is for you guys. The first bite of Mark's Marvelous Plum. Oh no, ham is falling off. There you go. Eat it. We're having a disaster, guys. Mark's Marvelous Plum Pizza. What do you think? Is it good? Oh, wow. That is good. That is a great success, guys. That is very good. Wow. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I don't want this video to be too long, but now you know. Remember, to make this is super simple. You just need a slab of ham. You need a brick of cheese. You need some crushed pineapple. You need some pizza dough and some plum sauce. And you need a desire to plumb the depths of flavor. So guys, that's it for today. I love you very much. Hope you're doing wonderful. And as always, I'll see you over in the next episode of English Cooking. Take care.